All right. Hello, everyone. We're live. I haven't tweeted that we're live. That probably would have been perfect to do right before I unmuted us, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Are we going to hear a tweet? We're going to get a live on-air tweet?
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's even, in a way, that's my house style.
Yeah. Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Allie, you are a little quieter than during your mic test. Are you still in relaxed pose, or should I bump you up?
Okay. This is, what, am I purposely talking louder right now?
That's a question that we are always asking ourselves on Friends at the Table and on Run Button.
Also, you have to be careful because I laugh so loud. You can't boost me too much, or then I'm going to scare the folks back home.
Oh yeah, people get startled. Right. Yeah, you're a little quiet. I will boost you.
Quiet. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've got you low.
If I was quiet then I'm need to be boosted.
Yeah. And I also there was an issue where I'm going to boost actually everything. Boost that by 1 dB, boost this by a little less than a dB because that's me. And then I'm going to boost the game also. Sorry, we're juggling this because the game was like so startlingly loud that like it threw everything out of balance. And I'm gonna mute the game real quick just so that I can hear it on the stream.
Well, Pokemon music is very boastful, I think. Pokemon music is very boastful. It's really in your face.
It is. Yeah, it is. Yes. It's definitely gonna be the loudest thing. Yes. It's definitely gonna be the loudest thing. Yes. It's definitely gonna be the loudest.
Ooh, these are fun animations.
Oh yeah. Sorry, would anyone else like to see the animations?
Oh, did you not change it yet? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have a sneak peek, everybody.
Yeah, Ali had a sneak peek.
Look at them.
Yeah, they're nice. People are saying now I'm kind of quiet. I think that might have been just me looking around, like not talking directly into the microphone. So everyone, I've played a lot of Pokemon fan games in my day. I don't know why. I think it's this combination of like, I love Pokemon. I always want to be playing a Pokemon game. There is something to be desired in Pokemon's official releases. And I think it's like, well, there's a lot of people doing stuff in Pokemon out there. And I want to check it out because it's like they get really weird. We're going to play a relatively normal one, actually. But they do get really weird. And some of the weirder ones are better, I think. Like, the further away from traditional Pokemon game, the more interesting, shocker, they tend to be.
Sure.
But you really
because you're not looking to play a Pokemon game. I mean, you want there to be Pokemon there. You want to have the spells and the battles and such, right?
Yeah.
But you're looking to step outside the box.
The thing that you really get with some of the more normal games is like a real look in the psyche of like the collective Pokemon fan. Because a lot of them are made, by fans for fans. They're made with fan feedback. So you do get sort of like like sort of a crude metaphor, but you get sort of like the id of the Pokemon fandom, where it's like they want weird new types. They want more types. They want Pokemon fusions. They want like a bunch of the old like features that only ever lasted a single generation. They want those back and to be improved on. So you get like sort of this weird mishmash of like all of these different things that like Pokemon fans fulfilling their own darkest desires. And what that also means is you get like Pokemon games that are kind of hard and also like tonally dark and gritty. Because you've got people who grew up playing Pokemon games. And I think it's fair to say that Pokemon skews. No, it's not that it skews younger. It's that things for kids feel more appropriately for kids now than they did in the 90s.
Sure.
And so you get this sort of backslide where it seems like Pokemon as a thing skews younger. But I think it's actually that kids stuff has sanded off a lot of its edges. I don't know if that's good or bad for kids, but I know that it makes things seem like all of a sudden Pokemon is for babies when it always was. And so they're like, I'm in my 30s. I like Pokemon still. I'm going to make a Pokemon where the plot is about someone gets killed.
Oh, you're saying that, like, Pokemon today isn't going to have your Lavender Town, for instance. Or, like, I don't know that that's because, like, there's Drifloon, right? I guess that's the thing with Pokemon is, like, to find the fucked up stuff, you need to be, like, dialed in.
Oh, yeah. This is... okay, so we're gonna... We'll this is Pokemon Uranium version.
Okay.
This is a Pokemon game that is sort of famous for... I've never played it. I don't know almost anything about it, really. But this one's sort of famous for being, like, a really huge project that had, like, a number of developers working on it for many years that got shut down by Nintendo, like, right before they were done with it. Like, they probably had less than a year left of development, and it got cease and desisted. As far as I know, it's the highest profile, like, fan game cease and desist, like, by far.
Huh. Well, I meant, when I said fucked up stuff, I didn't mean, like, digging through fandom stuff. I meant, like, in Pokemon itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like there's probably still those, like, I don't want to call them Easter eggs. But when you think of, like, the explanation for Drifloon of being like, oh, it steals kids.
Right.
Or how people are like, ooh, Cubone is so scary because it's like bones of a mother who couldn't protect her young.
No,
or whatever.
Cubone's sad.
Yeah.
It is scary, but it is sad. Cubone's sad.
Right.
And
I feel
there
like
is that stuff sort of in, like, buried in Pokedex entries. Yeah, for sure.
But not in the in your face way people want.
Right.
Want
Yes.
there to be.
Yeah. So as far as I know, this game starts off with a nuclear disaster.
Okay.
Which is why it's called Pokemon Uranium. I couldn't tell you why this game is the one that gets cease and desisted, while the many other similarly sized Pokemon fan projects don't. Unless I were to speculate that Nintendo is sort of not thrilled with stories about nuclear meltdowns being attached to Pokemon, considering the several different things in... I mean, only recently there was the tsunami nuclear reactor thing, like only a couple years before this game was in development. So I can see why, like, this is the one that gets kind of flagged. I don't know what the content of this game is besides that it has that, and that I've seen some pictures of the fake Pokemon. But we'll see.
Yeah, I was curious because I guess we can let the audience know that the way that we chose this stream is that you had about, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 different
I had 4
Pokemon
different games.
And I chose this one out of the descriptions that you gave. I thought this one seemed the most interesting because you had said that there was like a quiz to get your starter, and that felt kind of
maybe
fun.
it was the Animal Crossing quiz that you
not that it's an Animal Crossing quiz, but like that like your decision is restricted in that way, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And then on top of that, there was the thing of like there's this additional system that they made because there's like nuclear versions of Pokemon.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
But I did have a little bit of concern that like maybe the I don't know, like that they were going to do nuclear in a way that was like gross, or like post-war in a way that was like not.
Yeah. As far as I know, it doesn't feel post-war.
Okay, it's just something happened.
Yeah, it feels definitely like a more modern thing, but we'll see if this somehow ends up being like fucked up in a way that I didn't think it was going to be. I have Pokemon Empyrean installed. We could do that one instead.
Okay, perfect.
And that sort of has like the opposite kind of take that this one does on picking your starter, where this one is like, we're going to give you a quiz and tell you what starter you're going to get. In Pokemon Empyrean, they give you like the first 5 generations of starters, and they're like, you can pick anyone.
Whoa.
Which is sort of like the Pokemon fans sort of showing their cards of like, the thing that I want is to be able to easily construct my party that I like.
Mm-hmm.
That you know, each new Pokemon game makes it harder and harder to have the party that I want. Do you want to do any custom modes here? Do you want to do a Nuzlocke, or do you just want to go standard?
Whoa. I guess we could see how we feel about a Nuzlocke. I think this is like within the game.
Within the game, yes.
The game will force you into a Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
That's not a decision we're gonna make.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about any of the rules. I have, for people watching, I have my own personal Nuzlocke variant that I invented. I'm very proud of it. You can find that on youtube.com/runbutton. It's a mostly solo Let's Play that I did, a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It is not finished, but it is like 80% finished, I think. I still have the save files. I do plan on getting back to it one day. Maybe this will be the kickstart that I need. But Al, you were on an episode or 2 of that, I think.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Before we start, though, I have one other question. When you were saying you weren't sure that why this would get attention when others of its size would like, do other Pokemon ROM hats have the like dev team that it seemed like this one did? Because it seems significant that this
do.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely games that are made by like 1 or 2 people, but it seems like the scale of ROM hack that, or I guess technically this isn't a ROM hack because it's an RPG Maker game. Empyrean is also an RPG Maker game. I think they've taken assets directly from Pokemon games and put them into RPG Maker, which feels like, I can't tell if that feels more or less legal than actually altering the original game. I don't know. Yeah, I have no sort of insight into if that makes it worse or better. Like Virtual Marmalade says, and we talked about it a little earlier, this one was so big that it got shut down. This had 9 devs, I think, working on it, but I think that a lot of the ones of this size also have like that many devs.
Okay, sure.
Like there's definitely games that are like the ones that I picked out to give to you: Reborn, Rejuvenation, Empyrean. I think not Clockwork. I think Clockwork is shorter. I think all of those are like dozens and dozens of hours long, like full ass Pokemon games.
Just doing it for the love of the game.
Just doing it for the love of the game. Yeah, they're like,
wow,
we want secret bases back, Pokemon. I want my Pokemon Ruby secret base back, please.
Wow, okay. So for this, I think that we should maybe just do a standard Nuzlocke. I don't know what your fancy Nuzlocke is. It's been a little time. I don't know.
Actually, my fancy Nuzlocke is a little easier, but it's obviously we can't make it in the custom rules. So we would have to go Nuzlocke or Noselock. For anyone who doesn't know, just quickly, Nuzlocke is a community rule set that basically means you can only catch 1 Pokemon per area. So there is a world where we don't want to do the Nuzlocke because we want to catch as many of the weird new Pokemon as we can.
I thought Nuzlocke was that you had auto death or final death or whatever.
It is both. Yes, okay. There is permadeath for Pokemon, and then also permadeath. You can only catch 1 Pokemon per area.
Okay, then let's just do permadeath.
Okay, let's see if we can do just permadeath. Wait, what did it say? Okay.
We're not new
Nuzlocke.
players.
Oh, there's no option for just permadeath. Old school poison,
Wow.
disable Pokemarts, disable healing in battle, challenge mode, raises trainers' Pokemon levels while keeping XP yields. That's cruel. Fainted Pokemon are considered dead, and only one can be caught per route. Okay, so if we can do our own, we can do permadeath in our heads if we want. That's fine.
Yeah. We can.
Okay, old school poison. It says you must choose at least one. I can't back out, so we'll do old school poison. That's where poison actually kills you. So actually, that does fit in with the permadeath. So why not? Let's do that.
Yeah.
After Gen 3, they made it so that when you get poisoned, they just stop being poisoned at 1 hit point. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Bammo. This guy smokes weed. This guy smokes weed and is like annoying about it.
Yeah, he's going to the beach.
He's going to the beach. Oh yeah, he might not smoke weed. He might just be deeply inspired by the movie Fletch, or maybe Inherent Vice.
Okay, sure. You have to understand, I grew up in Southern California, so this guy is just a guy to me. He just exists. Ooh, this is a great Pokemon.
This is a Neopet.
Sure. Okay.
I'm not saying it's bad. We'll have to see what it looks like, what its name is. But I'm looking at this and I'm saying that's a Neopet.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you on that. I think that's true.
Yeah. There's definitely some Pokemon Neopet crossover.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like Neopets are like the lowest tier of Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, hey, you disagree, that's fine.
I think there's something about Neopets, but they're a little more like toy-y. They're a little more like plushy-y.
Yeah.
And I think that there's like a subset, like if we took all of the generation of Pokemon,
right,
we could probably find a few new Neopets in there.
Yes.
But I don't know that they're the lowest.
Yeah, there's definitely Neopets in every gen. I think they tend to be like early area types that like don't get like leveled up and taken with you in your party. They're sort of like the cannon fodder Pokemon. I'm trying to think of a Neopet from Gen 1. Ooh. It's tough because the art style is very different.
Look at our little options.
I know. Who do you like, Allie?
I mean, I obviously like the last one, but I also really like the middle one.
I also like the middle one. We can be middle.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's our name?
Oh, what is our name? It's Keith, right? You're Keith?
It's Keith. Yeah, my name's Keith. Yeah, my name's Keith. Why is it asking me that? Doesn't it?
This is great. You should get hair like that. You should grow your hair out. What happens to your hair when it grows out?
It gets really wispy.
Oh.
It
and you
looks
never
really
had an emo phase. That's so sad.
Oh yeah, it's like definitely. So I have a lot of hair, but I have very fine hair, and it looks normal when it's like medium length. The longer it grows out, it sort of sits somewhere between like lacrosse kid in high school with the curl up at the end under the hat, and an emo haircut, but it's like too fine to be really either of those. So it just looks kind of messy.
Okay, fair.
We lived in Bale Beach City, the largest city in Tandor.
Tandor.
Yeah. This fucking guy's got a scouter. Kellen.
Wow.
Pokemon Ranger with a scouter. Their mother, Lucille, was a brilliant scientist and an expert on nuclear energy.
I love this.
Although they both worked demanding jobs, they always found time to spend at home with young Keith. The Tandor region was at peace, and Lucille's company was working on a form of clean energy that would change the world. Ooh, environmentalist storyline. The world seemed bright until... It was an ordinary day at the nuclear power plant where Lucille worked. As a part of a routine inspection, they brought a specialist to take a look at the electrical systems. Convincing power plant, I think.
I think this looks great.
Cameron, have you finished your diagnostics?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you Cameron, go ahead.
Everything seems to be working perfectly. This generator you designed really does its job well, Lucille.
I'll try to hit those double lines if they come up again. It's hard to time it for someone else on a stream.
Yeah.
Excellent. If everybody's finished their work, we'll break for lunch.
Let's go. Boss, you might want to take a look at this.
Strange. The temperature readings are far higher than normal. Either we need to reset the thermometer, or... The reactor is leaking a massive amount of heat.
It can't be the thermometer. I just checked that. So...
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
There must be a breach in the reactor. At this temperature, in just a few minutes, we'll have a total meltdown. Everybody needs to evacuate, now!
Lucille, you have to leave too.
Oh, no. Down with the ship.
Lucille! Oh, boy.
With Cameron's help, all of the scientists were able to escape unscathed, except Lucille. She was never seen again after that day. The radiation leaking from the broken reactor made the surrounding area uninhabitable for many years, foiling any attempt to try and search for her. The loss of his wife had a profound effect on Kellen. His personality changed. He became cold and dedicated to his job. In time, he got promoted to chief of the Tandor Pokemon Rangers. However, he became too busy to care for his child. So young Keith was sent to live with their elderly auntie in Moki Town. 10 years passed. Auntie's health waned. Supporting a child was too much work for her. Fortunately, Ernest Bammo, the local Pokemon professor, was looking for a research assistant. Two kids. I think that this Pokemon scientist is too old to know where to buy weed anymore, and needs a high school kid for a hookup.
Wow.
I've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
Two kids from Moki Town applied, Keith and their childhood friend Theo. It was common for youths of a certain age to receive a Pokemon and travel the region as Pokemon trainer, and so Keith's journey began.
I'm proud of you, Keith.
Good music. I don't know what this is, if this is from this or if this is for
like remixed.
Yeah, this is from somewhere else. I don't know Pokemon music well enough to like pick out every single song.
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Oh, first things first. Let's go into options. Oh, no, that's wrong. Options. And I have been playing on a 2-inch by 2-inch screen. So I'm changing this to large. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's better. And let's see. Font style. Yeah, I like that.
Oh.
I like this. I like the stretchy one.
Okay.
FPS 60.
Why do you need 60 FPS?
Because I'm a gamer.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to autosave? That's pretty cool.
Oh, is it set time?
Yeah, it's 5 or 10, up to an hour, looks like. Yeah.
Whoa.
Let's do 10-minute autosave. I like that.
Why not? Yeah.
For a fan game like this, you never know when you're gonna need to like retrieve a lost save. Oh, sorry, the controls are a little weird.
Keith, sweetie, it's your today's your big day, isn't it? I can't help but feel glum seeing my little one all grown up and leaving home. Oh, if only these old boats could do more so that I could support us both. But we know that you're ready for this. You and that boy Theo. Always following in your footsteps, that would. You've always been so capable, but I wonder about him. He is younger after all. I'm sure his father Cameron wouldn't allow him to go unless he was sure. Anyway, to celebrate your big day, I got you a present. Go ahead and open it.
Running shoes.
Ooh.
Wow, for my whole life, I've had to walk until now.
Oh, don't mind me, sweetie. I'm just an emotional old lady. If only your father were here right now. Well, I'm sure he's proud of you too. And I'm positive you'll run into him during your adventure. Now, I shouldn't keep you any longer. Say hi to that nice professor man for me, will you? And if you don't mind stopping by again after you get your first Pokemon, I'd love to see it. Good luck, sweetie.
All right, after the first half of Moby Dick, let's. All right, let's turn that auto run on because that's gonna be.
Okay. Wow.
Let's see where. Oh, I can set controls. Look at that.
Whoa. Nintendo, who?
Great, love it. What? Oh, no. I thought that there's one that was left blank. I thought it was blank by default. Wait, where is it? Fill in all fields. Down, left, right, up, action, action. Oh, there, none. Okay. I guess that can be entered then. We need 3 different action buttons.
Okay.
Great. Okay, well, I didn't see the thing for autosave, but that's fine.
Or auto run, you mean? Maybe it's a thing when you equip them? Did you put them on? What's going on here?
Oh, what was going on?
There was like the thing wiggled.
Oh, I was like moving. I was moving stuff around on the.
Oh,
on the
okay. I
screen.
wasn't sure if it was like an effect of the game.
Yeah. I was trying to get paid. The chat on the same screen.
Oh.
There we go. Shift works. Great. Okay. Well, now that it's on shift, I don't need it to be auto because it's on shift instead of on Z. Hi. Oh, Keith, you're leaving home, right? Here, have this. It'll help you on your. You don't, Allie. You don't have. I'm going to talk to all these people. You do not have to voice the random people in this group. I'll be them.
Ooh, a rare candy.
I know. Not a bad little gift.
What does rare candy do?
Rare candy levels up one Pokemon by 1 level.
Oh.
So you're finally heading out on an adventure, eh? You take after your old man that way.
Who's that little guy?
This is a
Chin?
Yeah, something like that.
Chin? Well, that's what it says.
Oh, yeah, it does say that. This is like it begins with a P. It's a little electric parrot. It's not parakeet.
It's a Pokemon. It says its name.
It says it's saying the second half of its name. Oh, it's a Fakemon? Okay. I thought this was a someone knows what I thought this was. Yeah, Pachirisu. That's what I thought it was, but I guess it's a Fakemon.
Oh.
My husband's long been an admirer of your father, you know. Yeah, I could tell.
Ooh.
That's where we live. Nice little town. Nighttime.
Yeah, I like the design. Uh-huh.
Today's a nice day, isn't it? Seems like it always is around here. Ooh, the town's under a spell to keep everything nice. No.
You literally can't leave your house without your town without a Pokemon?
Oh, yeah, that's famous. That goes back to the first one. You try to
I
leave.
know, but come on.
But that game had the dignity to send Professor Oak chasing after you, catching a Pokemon with a Pikachu.
So this kid's playing Pokemon Red. That's
yeah,
funny.
Pokemon Red. If I lived
Oh, wait,
in Pokemon...
wait. Who's that person? That's the Pokemon
fisherman?
trainer right at the... Yeah. I wonder why he lives in Moki Town of all places. But that's like a Pokemon protagonist, right?
No, this is a fisherman. Oh, his hat looks a little bit like... It looks a little bit like Red's hat. The protagonist from Pokemon Red. But this is the fisherman costume.
Sure.
Did we just go in there? We must have, so it must be up.
Whoa.
Most of the Pokemon species found in Tandor are native to this region, but there are some which can be found in other regions too, like Mankey and Dunsparce. Oh,
Ooh,
thank God for
Dunsparce.
Dunsparce.
Big Dunsparce fan. Was this Theo?
This is Theo.
Where do you think you're going, huh? You trying to get at that lab before me? So you can get the better Pokemon? Well, that ain't gonna happen. Because I'm gonna get the strongest one first. Try to keep up, Keith.
Damn, I thought Theo was supposed to be our little,
childhood
little toady.
friend. Yeah. Always following us.
Hey, if it isn't Keith and your friend, Tommy, was it?
Honestly, Pops, can't you even remember my name? It's Theo. Theo.
Right, Theo. You're just in time. Today is a very special day for both of you. It's your first day at work as field research assistants at BAMO's Pokemon Research Labs. Your job will have you traveling across Tandor, observing and capturing many different kinds of Pokemon to help me with my research on Pokemon elements. I have 3 Pokemon here that will aid you on your journey. Before we get your starters, though, you'll both have to take the Pokemon Trainer Aptitude Test.
Test? I didn't study for any test. I thought you were going to give us a rare, powerful Pokemon.
Now, don't worry. It's not the kind of test you have to study for. It's just a way to determine what kind of Pokemon trainer you'll be. Different starter Pokemon are better suited for different battling styles. A starter Pokemon will be your lifelong partner, so it's important for you to work well together.
Yeah, I get it. Enough talking. I want to give my Pokemon.
Jeez, kid, you're not very patient, are you? All right, if you want to know more about what's on the test before we begin, you can talk to my aide. Now, Keith, are you ready to take the trainer aptitude test? I don't want to study. I'm ready. I'm going to do good.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Without further ado, when you encounter a new kind of Pokemon in the wild, what is your first reaction? Attack it right away. Wait and see what it does. Throw a Pokeball at it. I got to be honest. I attack it right away.
The color-coded options here.
It's a little obvious.
It's a little, yeah.
It's a little on the nose.
See, I've been playing Pokemon Go, so my instinct is throw a Pokeball at it.
Okay, that's
all
fair.
you do in that game.
And that is the thing, is that I eventually do want to catch it.
Uh-huh.
But I know that to catch it, I gotta attack it first, usually.
Yeah.
So I'll say throw a Pokeball at it.
Oh, you don't. I mean, you don't have
no,
to.
I think that this is basically true. I think I'm doing a better job answering the question than they're doing asking it. I wish that wait and see what it does made any sense for anybody. No one. I think no one thinks that way in a Pokemon game.
Yeah,
because
unfortunately.
waiting and seeing is not mechanized in any way.
Right.
There's no way to not do something to it.
Very good, both of you.
Wow.
Come on, that was easy. Give me a tougher one.
Okay, next question then. Which of these TMs would you prefer to teach your Pokemon? Hyper Beam, Protect, or Hidden Power? Oh, come on. It's Hyper Beam 1,000,000%!
It's Hyper Beam 1,000,000%?
Yeah, Hidden Power?
What does Hidden Power do?
Hidden Power is like a move that has it's okay. You know your in your you have like a hidden substat that Hidden Power works off of instead of your normal like type and attack. It's hit so like Hyper Beam. Okay, so someone says Hidden Power whips if you set your IVs correctly. Never in a million years am I setting my IVs correctly. That is not the kind of Pokemon player I am.
Yeah, what's an IV? I know what an IV is, but I've never interacted with them. So
okay, yeah. So and then Protect lets you basically not take damage for free for one turn.
Okay.
Again, it is useful in some cases, especially like if you're playing against a real person.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Hyper Beam is Hyper Beam. It's like triple the power of Hidden Power. It's Hyper Beam 1,000,000%. Not even close. Not even close.
Hey, Professor, what's a TM anyway?
I'll tell you later. Let's move on to the next question, shall we? Which of the following Pokemon would win in an all-out battle? Ampharos, Glysaur, or Gyarados? Wow.
Who's Glysaur?
Glysaur is a steel-type Pokemon. I don't remember if it's got a subtype. It's from Gen 2, and it's like a little scorpion bug guy.
Yeah.
It is... Sorry, it's ground and flying, actually, not steel.
Ground and flying?
Ground and flying.
Whoa. I mean, that's...
I always think it's steel because of just the way it looks. It looks like it's made out of steel.
Right. I mean, Ampharos is not taking us. What does Ampharos do?
Ampharos is a very cute big electric sheep that evolves from
this
Flaffy.
is a Neopet.
Ampharos is a little bit of a Neopet, but Gyarados is water and flying, so Ampharos is double super effective against it. I'm going Ampharos would win.
Whoa. Oh, you're okay. This is the well, no, that's I mean, there's 3 colors, so that's not the test, but you're correct.
I think that I'm correct. Ampharos would win.
Yeah.
And Ampharos is no slouch. Obviously, I love Gyarados. A little bit overrated of a Pokemon, but
sure.
But it's only because it's rated so highly that it's a little bit overrated.
Right. Yeah.
Someone said Elenox says Ampharos. No, someone I lost it. Sorry. Someone said Ampharos can't hurt Glysaur because it's ground type, presumably, but it's also flying, which ground is super effective against. Is it still immune to ground, even though it's also a flying type?
See, that seems goated in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not.
I mean, I guess the thing is that it's a rock paper scissors, so you just pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's Ampharos.
Is it possible to fail this test?
No, it isn't. Now, this is your final question, so answer it honestly. What is your motivation for becoming a Pokemon trainer?
Whoa.
Wow.
It's exploring the region, right?
Or is it becoming the very best?
You want to be the best? Look at what that did to your father.
Wow. But wouldn't that mean that it's making new friends? Because actually what he's doing as a Pokemon Ranger is exploring the region.
Okay. Well, okay.
Have we done one of each?
Have we?
I think we have.
Okay. Well, you know,
Alanox's keep this so competitive. It's extremely competitive.
You're so competitive.
Does it come across in Friends of the Table how competitive I am? Because it's not a competition thing.
But it sometimes you play to win, is what I'll say.
Okay. But it's to be fair, you know, I know on Friends of the Table, you know, we make interesting decisions, not, you know, necessarily the most strategically correct decisions. But the other flip side of this is that, you know, whatever big, crazy, extremely competent thing that I want to do, you know, Austin should come back at that with equal force.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Creating a big explosion, which is...
Steel sharpens steel.
Yes. Yeah.
But I will say that this test has revealed you as aggressive, which I don't think this is your fault. I mean, that's the Pokemon MO, right? Like, this is the... What else can you be but aggressive in a Pokemon universe?
Right, yeah. Although I did
Somebody in
learn
chat says Keith is trying to win this conversation.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I was actually about to do the opposite, if anything. Because I learned recently that becoming the very best, that is only part of the Pokemon universe because of the 4Kids dub, like
the theme, yeah.
Doing the theme, like it has no relation to the original theme. It is like, I mean, I guess Ash wants to win the championship thing, but like that phrase of "I want to be the very best," like, is such a huge part of Pokemon to me, like its identity. But it's just a 4Kids dub, the worst kind of dub you could possibly be.
Fair.
Yeah. I think we'll do exploring the region.
Okay, and not okay, yeah.
Because I think that we then picked one of everything, and I want to know what it does in that case.
I'm gonna be a Pokemon master, and nobody's gonna stand in my way.
Haha! I dig your spirit, kid. Well, that's it for the trainer aptitude test. Now it's time to analyze your results. Put it through the Scantron.
Ooh.
Okay, I finished my analysis.
Who do you think we're getting? Oh, it looks like Keith.
What? The Pokemon's name has the same name as me? Ooh.
You seem to be a trainer that is capable of many different strategies. You prefer to adapt to overcome challenges in your path.
Oh, that's true.
Your philosophy is probably just go with the flow.
Oh, that is true.
Your calm, rational approach will come to aid you in the future.
I don't know about rational.
Well, for a balanced trainer like you, ... Electux. I don't mind this.
Dual type water electric? Is that what I'm seeing there?
Dual type water electric. That's not bad. Does that mean that little loser got the kitty cat, or does he have the fire type?
I don't know.
Ooh,
little animation.
Yeah. I don't like that one bit of its tail that moves separately from the others.
I agree. Nickname. I think this animation needs to be slower.
Yeah.
Also.
Yes.
It's a little fast.
Yeah.
Okay. Nickname.
Maybe we should lower the FPS.
I don't think that'll slow the game speed. It's possible that it will.
It's frames per second.
Wow. There we go.
Thunder?
Yeah. Because it's like a rainstorm because it's electric and water.
Oh, hey, I'm tired of waiting.
God, this Theo really sucks ass. This is a real ass-sucking kind of guy.
Keith got their starter already. When do I get mine?
I'm done analyzing your results, Theo. It says you failed. It's supposed to be impossible.
Theo, ... Well, you certainly know what you want out of life. You're impulsive, impatient, and care mostly about your own desires. But I sense something else in you. Could it be the seed of greatness? The potential to transform yourself completely? Or maybe it's just that you're so young I can't tell. Regardless, for a trainer like you... Rap Torch.
That's a good name. I like that. I like Rap Torch.
Rap Torch.
And it looks like an armadillo, not a raptor. I like.
My first Pokemon. Keith, you have a Pokemon, and now I have a Pokemon too. You know what this means, right? We have to battle.
Oh, please. Not in the lab. Doesn't listen. Rival Theo would like to battle.
What a loser. Oh, this is fun.
Water gun, obviously. Jump.
Whoa.
He's a chump, we knew.
Well, this was a bad matchup for Theo.
This was a bad matchup. Should have had a better personality.
Yeah. You get what you give, I suppose.
Yeah. Would you like to deliver his silly line here?
Oh, sure. What? But I was supposed to win. But how? I'm supposed to be the best trainer ever. It's impossible. Good trainers never lose.
This is why you've usually got to be 10 in order to be a Pokemon trainer. Please don't cry, Theo. Here, I'll heal your Pokemon for you.
I wanted to be an unbeatable trainer. How come I couldn't win? I really, really wanted to win.
Well, between your starter and Keith's, theirs has the type advantage. Water beats fire, fire beats grass, and grass beats water.
Oh.
That's the elemental type triangle. Well, one of them at any rate. Learning to master the type matchups is an important part of being a trainer.
No way. I want a do-over. How come Keith gets the better starter?
This guy is not getting it.
What? It isn't fair.
They are laying it on a little thick.
I'm going home.
He took that harder than I hoped. But you shouldn't be so quick to judge him. He's just a kid after all. I expect he'll soon discover that training Pokemon isn't as easy as he imagined. I'm going out to the entrance to Route 1 by the edge of town. Bring Theo, and I'll teach you both how to catch Pokemon. See you later, Keith.
We're not bringing Theo.
Yeah, why is that my job?
Come on.
They told me that this kid is my friend, but they have not shown that to be true in any way.
Yeah, no way.
Maybe this is Theo's house? Oop, nailed it.
Oh, you runs away.
What did you say to my son? He ran upstairs crying and locked the door behind him. He won't tell me what's wrong or come downstairs. I swear if you did anything to hurt him. Oh, so that's how it is. So he got the weaker starter and you beat him in a weaker starter? What are you talking about? I see, that explains it. A harsh lesson to be sure, but losing is as much a part of being a trainer as winning. He had his heart set on this day being perfect, and losing right off the bat is somewhat of a shock. Still, I'm crying. It was actually a water gun. Still, I'm crying won't solve anything. That's something he has to learn. Theo! Go downstairs right now! Theo, you can't cry every time you lose a battle. That's part of being a trainer.
But it isn't fair. Keith got the better start than me. Now I'm never gonna win.
Then you'll have to catch more Pokemon to balance out your team's weaknesses. Besides, a well-raised Pokemon can still win, even at a disadvantage. There's no sense in giving up before you even begin.
Yes, Dad.
This reminds me of a video that I saw yesterday of a dad teaching his son how to be a Twitch a Twitch streamer, like a future father, be like trying to be like, you gotta upload 2 times a day. It was grim. It was very grim. Now, Theo, I won't always be around to pick you up when you're feeling down. So try and be strong for yourself, okay? Keith, please be patient with my son. He looks up to you, you know. Could have fooled me, honestly.
He's just a little guy.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Keith, Theo, I have something for the both of you.
Like a present?
Yes, exactly. Keith, your father Callan sent me these and told me to give them to both of you when you began your journey. I'm sure it'll come in useful. Ooh, a Poképod.
Ooh.
It's a high-tech device that's indispensable for Pokemon trainers. It plays music. It includes a map of the region. Most importantly, it contains a phone that will allow you to stay in touch with each other and other trainers. Ooh, bring back the best feature of Pokemon that they abandoned, the phone that let you call other players and rebattle them.
Oh, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
I got the red one. It's cooler than yours. I'm gonna go meet the professor by the edge of the town. I'll be the first to catch a Pokemon. Bye, Dad. Keep up, Keith.
We'll talk about a dramatic turnaround. He always bounces back quickly. Keith, you don't want to keep the professor waiting, so you should get moving too. I won't see you or Theo again for some time. You see, I'm starting a new job soon. I'm supervising the construction of a new power plant Epsilon. Perhaps I'll see you there in time. After all, it's the last place Lucille was ever seen. What a weird way to bring that up.
Right?
Best of luck on your journey.
Oh, someone in town says don't forget to visit your aunt.
Oh, sure.
Who was like, hey, if you have time, come show me your Pokemon. Maybe she'll have something to say.
That's not my aunt.
No, this is some lady.
My aunt's up a screen, I think.
Hello, honey. Take a break from all that tiring adventuring. Ooh. Well, they were already healed. That's cool that she does that, though. It's quiet without you around. I was thinking of getting a pet Pokemon to keep me company.
Oh, she actually did not have anything for us.
Come on.
Come on. What you're gonna say, and then not actually.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's one of the things. I got one of these.
Oh. Oh, all of them are over there.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Hey there, Keith. Now that you and Theo are here, it's time to begin your first lesson as a Pokemon trainer and a field research aide. Now watch closely. It is kind of wild I'm just going to thumb through this while we talk about this. It's kind of wild that in a Pokemon fan game, you'd think the people most prepared to catch a Pokemon with zero instruction, they would still have this like really extended intro.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I like that it's happening outside of the battle screen. That's kind of interesting. Where they don't actually show you how to, like in a battle. But yeah, Thug in the chat says, could you imagine this being your first Pokemon game? I can't even imagine what would have to happen for that to be true. Like it's not even easier to play this versus like just downloading a ROM of a DS game or something. Okay. Riley says that this was actually the first Pokemon game I played instead of watching. But I'm sure that you still had, correct me if I'm wrong, plenty of watching Pokemon experience. That Pokedex is an encyclopedia that will automatically update itself whenever you encounter or catch a new wild Pokemon. It's very important for my research, so make sure to fill it out as much as possible. Riley, I'm curious why this is the game that you played instead of a real Pokemon game. By the way, we're about halfway through our stream, so I thought I'd mention that all of these streams and podcasts that we do are brought to you by friendsoftheTable.cash. That's the Friends of the Table Patreon. If you like the show or have never listened to the show and just watch their streams, go there to support us keeping doing that kind of thing. It's not a very expensive thing to do. We have all sorts of different kinds of levels. You would also really help us out by following us on here and on YouTube, and then also on Twitter and co-host. Those are friends_table for Twitter, friends of the table for YouTube, friends-table for co-host, friends_table for TikTok. Anything else, Allie?
No, that's all of our stuff. Our Patreon is great though. If you do like our streams, if you're not like I don't have the time or the interest in an actual play podcast despite liking these people. Yeah. I think that you should give us $1 on Patreon and listen to the Clapcasts. Because that's like a stream just without the video game.
Right. And of course we have the YouTube is full of all of the streams. There's plenty of streams to watch without ever touching a podcast if that's how you want to be. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't give us a little bit of money. Again, we do love that people go to the Patreon so readily because, as we've mentioned before, if you gave us $5 here on Twitch, the Prime subs are different because that's basically money that you have just sitting there. If you give us money on Twitch, we get $2.50 out of your $5. If you give us $5 on Patreon, we get $4.95 of that. Which is so much better. If for some reason you want to give us money, but you don't want to use Patreon, there is a Ko-fi link downstairs below the below the stream. You can go to that. I genuinely don't know if anyone's ever given to that. I'm sure that I can check somewhere. But, yeah. Yeah, that's it. And if you like this Pokemon stuff, let me know. I might do more. There's also at Run Button. I mean, it really is just this. Go listen to me and Allie do this exact same thing, but with Heart Gold and a Nuzlocke. You can see my very interesting, genuinely really good and impressive Nuzlocke rules that I think are really great.
What are these rules, or do you want to keep them at other stream exclusive?
I will briefly go over what the rule change that I have is. This is sort of like ideologically anti-Pokemon computer rule based off of a tweet that I made about keeping legendary Pokemon in your PC, just like sitting in a computer at the hospital. Where you are allowed... A Nuzlocke normally forces you to catch a Pokemon or lose your chance to catch a Pokemon in that area. Okay. The way that my Nuzlocke works is that if you have a full party, you can just opt to not catch a Pokemon in that area at that time. But you can't put anyone in a box, in a Pokemon box. So you are sort of limited in this way where you can only ever have 6 Pokemon at a time, but you don't have to, like, if you have a Pokemon that dies, you can go somewhere where you haven't caught a Pokemon yet and catch a Pokemon there, even if you've already been there. So that is like the general thing, where in a Nuzlocke, theoretically, you could have 40 Pokemon if you're just really good at keeping them alive. But mine says you can save your attempts at catching for later, but you can't have any leftover Pokemon in a box.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
As far as I know, I invented that. No one,
I believe you.
I'm taking credit for it.
You should.
All right, we got Pokeballs from the sky, from Bombo. It also was a randomizer Let's Play. I think people like those. I had not really heard of them at the time, but I just saw the randomizer option and was like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she's explaining Pokemon Mart. Let's go. Let's get into the game of this game.
Yeah.
Sir Squiggle says, has anything novel happened in the past 30 minutes or so? I got a fake Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Allie, would you like to read some Theo here?
Keith, I don't care that you got the stronger starter. I'm still going to be the best Pokemon trainer ever. I'll catch lots of Pokemon and we'll win every battle. Just wait. You just wait and see.
And then runs away. Yuri asked to see the Pokemon's Pokedex entry. So this is the Raptorch, and this is Electux. Electux is capable of generating strong magnetic fields around its feet and tail that allow it to walk on water. That's pretty cool. Wow, it doesn't need to know Surf. I'm very excited to not need to know Surf in this game because I have a Pokemon that can walk on water. Kevlar Town.
Kevlar Town.
Let's see what we catch right in here. Let's see what's going on in there. Oh, nothing. Nothing happens in there.
Okay, Route 01. Here we go.
A little bear worm. Cubbug.
Yeah. A cub bug. I get it.
Cubbug. What do you think? See, now this is what I love about playing fake Pokemon games. Is like even whenever you see a Pokemon, you're just like, I know this thing has 2 evolutions after this. What is that going to be? What is this thing going to be?
Well, it's a little caterpillar-y.
Yeah.
And it's a bug.
Yeah.
So
you think it's going to be a butterfly bear?
I think so. I think that might be what we end up with. You got it.
It shares characteristics with bug and mammal Pokemon. Being in its presence has a calming effect. Yes, a nickname.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
I'm drawing a blank. Let's
Stu?
Stu.
Wow. Chose the thunder.
I was gonna do a pun about it being like a stuffed animal, but Stu is good.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Keith, I just got a new Pokemon and I want to see how it fares.
That's a fun trainer song.
School Kid Tath would like to battle. And how much more tolerable of a personality is School Kid Tath versus the other kid that we know who's going to Pokemon? Oh, this is what we...
Oh, I don't
Chinmunk.
like the way that looks.
No, this looks like it's going to come alive at night and kill you.
Yeah, I'm not loving it. Burby. Ooh.
I like this thing. I like Burby.
Yeah. Also, they're little bespoke Pokemon sounds.
Yeah. It's not as strong as I'd hoped. Very mature. She didn't run away crying. Had to talk to her dad. I think people are cutting Theo too many breaks.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did you need the HP boost here?
Yeah. Stu had essentially no health at all, and Thunder was getting pretty low as well.
Mm.
No Pokemon following you around. I think that's always a shame.
Yeah, I don't like that.
If I were making a Pokemon fan game, you'd be able to pick which Pokemon would follow you around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the base on that.
Ooh, we can get our own.
We could get our own.
Oh, you're trying to give Stu some time to shine?
Yeah. Uh-oh. I kind of, in my head, I was like, this thing probably doesn't know Gust at level 3. It did. It knew Gust. It's fine.
Mm.
The battle animations are a little janky. So,
Yeah.
like, Water Gun is like... I think maybe this is a consequence of RPG Maker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we don't need another one of these. You're about to get got.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. Library Cat says, fight your brother. Yeah, that is fucked up. They probably know each other from these grasses.
Yeah.
Lavender says animation in general is super fast, it seems. Yeah, I think that I could probably slow down the battle speed. I think that I remember something like that being in there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking of the text speed. Don't know.
Yeah.
No level for, Oh, I should have.
Are we gonna try to... Oh, no.
Yeah, I should have healed him. I think I have.
Oh, sure.
Bag. Oh, it's empty. Oh, yep, I have 1 potion. Here we go.
Your last potion? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, a potion.
Hell yeah. We know, come on. We know what this guy looks like.
Yeah. Stop showing me this guy.
Also, why is Stu 16 of 16, but they're... Oh, because that's not the bar. Okay.
Oh, you're right.
The bar
the
is the
bar
green.
means the
It's not the
XP
thing
bar.
underneath it. Yeah.
So, Al, you told me that you've been playing Pokemon Go.
Uh-huh.
You've been getting into Pokemon Go in 2023?
I've been getting into Pokemon Go in 2023. A friend of mine has been getting into Pokemon Go.
Okay.
I think it's just an excuse to walk around.
Yes.
Or he's been walking around and he figures if I'm going to be walking around, I should play Pokemon Go.
Right. I might as well be playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah. And he sent me a message that was like, I've been playing Pokemon Go for a year, and this entire time I've had like a mission to add a friend, and I haven't done it.
Oh, wow.
So I installed Pokemon Go onto my phone so I could send him a friend request. And then, you know, I don't know that I like it. Because it's still just, you throw balls at Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
But
It's
I feel like it's something to do.
Undeniably.
You know? It's something to look at on my phone that isn't social media.
Yeah.
And it's nice to like go to a place and then like sit down and drink like coffee and then be like, oh, let me check into my Pokemon real quick.
Yeah.
Let me get these stops real quick. And it feels like there's been a little bit of improvement to it. But it's still the game that it is. But I thought that I would be primed and ready to do this with you today because I've been looking at Pokemon.
Right. Who have you been looking at?
I don't know that I felt like I've run into a Pokemon that I've been like, I've never seen this before.
Right.
But I'm not a person who thinks that like, oh, there's just a war turtle outside of my apartment building right now. Hold on. I gotta catch this guy real quick.
That's Pokemon Go. Hold on, there's a war turtle.
I guess it's raining out, so there's getting, there's more water Pokemon out and about. But like, there's a second generation. Oh, he fled. Damn. A second evolution of a Squirtle is just outside of my apartment. That's strange.
Yeah.
So my Pokemon buddy, which is somebody who you can accept, you can like choose one of your Pokemon to walk around with you, like you were saying before.
Right.
And what they do when they do that is like get extra candies and like gifts for you. So like I think they get some of the benefits of like if I walked past one of the Pokestops but I didn't pull out my phone to do a Pokestop, I think my Zubat would do that for me. Whoa, a Fortog? This is also very Neopets. We've seen a lot of, I guess it's the opening area so this happens, but I feel like everybody here is extremely cute.
Yes. Oh, clear body. Stats are not lowered.
Whoa.
Damn. I might not be able to pull this out.
Oh, you think you're gonna die here?
I think I'm gonna die.
Whoa. Can you run?
I can't run. This is a trainer battle.
Ah.
I know.
Oh, well then you'll be fine, right? Like the trainer's like gonna kill you.
No, I think this trainer might kill me.
What's the trainer that you were fighting?
Just a bug catcher.
Wow, this bug catcher might kill you.
This is its second Pokemon already. Oh fuck! I forgot about clear body. God damn it.
Damn, Keith.
That was an error. That was a blunder, classic blunder. There we go.
Oh, you might pull through.
Yeah. I think I'm good now. It's because I had that one potion. That one potion saved me. But Stu is useless. Stu couldn't have done anything.
Well, still, Stu needs to grow tall and mighty. Still, I think.
Right. Yes.
Want to trade Pokepod numbers?
I traded Pokepod numbers.
God, I had no idea that this is a mechanic. Oh, have you been in there?
No. Who are you? Ooh, I'm a fisherman.
Hey, I'm a fisherman.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, I may give you my old fishing rod. We gotta impress this guy.
Okay, we gotta defeat a gym leader. So I was gonna do that anyway. So that's great news.
You can't just buy a fishing rod. You gotta
have fishermen give it to you. It is a right that is passed down.
Well.
Yeah. Starcat says, ooh, rematch system. Yeah, I know. Not every Pokemon game has a rematch system for some reason. I could not tell you why.
Well, why would you want to go back to an old trainer?
Well, they've got higher level Pokemon now.
Oh.
Yeah, so they've been training in the meanwhile. And so then you get, because there's trainer XP is way more valuable than wild Pokemon XP. And so you get to a point where oh, I fought every trainer in the last 4 areas. The only thing I have left to do is the trainers ahead of me and the wild Pokemon. So it's a good way to get extra XP.
Okay.
Especially if you're trying to train up new Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
It's funny that you started playing Pokemon Go. I actually just stopped playing Pokemon Go.
Wow.
Not permanently or anything, but I was just getting so mad about it. It had just been. I live in an area that's not very good for it right now, and I was just getting annoyed at what it means to not live, a short walk away from a square mile that has 15 stops in it.
Right. Okay, sure, yeah.
And it means oh, I'm constantly running out of Pokeballs, and then I've got to go out of my way to have to spin enough stops to get more Pokeballs. And then I'm trying to catch some stupid Pokemon that I don't even want, and I'm spending 15 Great Balls because for some reason it won't get caught. And then I'm great, now I'm out of Great Balls.
Yeah, that does seem tough.
Yeah.
I've been having this thing now, because I went to a part of the city I don't usually go to the other day, and then I got home and I was fuck, I didn't open Pokemon Go once.
Wow, you missed all those new spins.
I missed all those new spins.
Yeah.
A different kind of Pokemon, I bet. I fucked up.
Here's massive tip. You ready for this?
Yes.
Go on Twitter. Tell everyone to add you on Pokemon Go on your Twitter, where you have a lot of followers.
Okay.
Gifts, friend gifts for days and days and days of stuff, of free stuff. Most people who play Pokemon Go don't have access to 40 people who are willing to immediately add them on Pokemon Go. And so they don't get all of those eggs and balls and potions and all this stuff.
Okay, sure.
So I mean, that's not exactly true because there's forums for this. There's just yes, we add everybody, just add us back, Pokemon Go, Discords and subreddits and whatever.
Okay, sure.
But it's definitely much more low effort and slightly more legit feeling to tweet it out. Tweet out your QR code or whatever.
And then just have people give me stuff?
Well, then you give them stuff back, yeah.
Oh, sure. Okay, sure.
Every time you spin a stop, you get a gift to send to someone.
That's true. That is true.
And so you send them a gift, and then they send you a gift. You spend, 6 minutes every day opening all your gifts and then resending back all the gifts. Oh, yes. The XP from friendship is also good. Thank you, Pinstripe Ball. You get a lot of XP.
Okay, I did not know that. That is a tip.
I'll get my Pokemon Go back open, and I will.
Okay,
I'll add you.
yeah. The thing that I've been struggling with is raids.
Yes.
It feels like I have like a semi-active Pokemon Go neighborhood though. I took over the gym at the apartment building that's across the street from my apartment.
Nice.
And I think I want to say like maybe a couple days later or whatever, it like changed hands again. I think it just changed colors again.
Yeah.
So there's people out there holding their ground.
Real Paradoxius says, I think the problem is because Niantic built Pokemon Go out of the game Ingress, and Ingress was balanced to put fewer resources in rural areas so that a small number of players in a countryside wouldn't be able to control massive territory. That same balancing mechanic doesn't make sense in Pokemon Go, which isn't about controlling land area, but kept the same logic in place. Yeah, that is like the big problem where even just being a few minutes more outside of like the city proper than I was a couple years ago has like drastically reduced. Well, it's also just like places of interest. Like my backyard was a public park a couple years ago, and now my backyard is a Wendy's. So it's just like there's just like a lot less stuff around here, and it's not as nice to take a walk around.
Yeah.
Like this is not a nice. This is not like oh, let's go for a nice walk. There's nothing to see. It's actively depressing to take a walk here.
Wow. So when people say go touch grass, you say no.
Where? I say where. Where's the grass?
Out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's not even fair. Like I was just, I go to Providence all the time. I was just in New York City. I didn't know where the grass was when I was in New York, but I was enjoying walking around.
Right.
Except until I got to the point where my feet hurt.
Yeah. We could have had a whole Pokemon Go day. You have to come back.
We could have, yeah. Yeah, I'll come back. That trip was so easy.
Just come on down.
I know it is like literally nothing. You spend the 3.5 hours to get down there, and then it's like that time's just gone. I don't think about it. It's not. It wasn't really part. Actually, I really enjoyed my train ride too, so that helps.
See, there you go. 3 hours of enjoyment.
Yeah,
beautiful views.
Train's a little expensive.
Yeah,
I'll have to like schedule further out in advance.
I think that's the thing. If you the sooner that you buy them, the like much less expensive they are. I was looking at trains to DC, which is a similar space, and like if I was getting them from like 3 months from now, it would be like $20-30. If I was getting them a week from now, it's like $260, which is just bonkers. Yeah.
You know what I should do? I should get people do like rewards, like reward points for airplane miles. Oh. I gotta do train miles. Train miles.
I wonder if Amtrak has their thing. I feel like they do have a thing, but it isn't good.
So the thing that's not good about it is how much more expensive it is to do a long train ride than a long flight. Like it's like a $500 round trip to go to California on a plane or something. It's like $1,500 to do that on a train.
Right.
It just gets progressively more expensive. In a way that it doesn't.
Well, just because it costs you $1,500, and also it's like 4 days.
Right, and that's where they get you because they make it feel like the 4 days matters, and when it doesn't. This train was going here anyway.
That's true.
It's on a track. This is all it can do. Come on, Cubug.
I'm getting sick of looking at this guy.
I'm fucking sick of this guy. I'm gonna kill the shit out of this little bug. I'm gonna stomp him.
I just don't think that we're beating this gym leader and getting that fishing rod with these cub bugs. It's just not happening.
No. It's definitely not happening.
Like, come on. Like,
I need to catch at least one more Pokemon.
Yeah. So, like, Stu, you're doing nothing for me. I'm sorry to say.
Stu is really doing nothing.
Why didn't we catch that bird? Why did you faint that bird?
It was only level 3. I wanted it to be level. I wanted to catch a level like 4 or 5 one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to see. I didn't want to be in the position where we've had Stu for 15 minutes and we're just like fucking around with him because he can't do shit. I wanted to start off. Oh, I gotta switch. I gotta switch Pokemon. This is. I can't just.
Oh, this is a trainer battle, so yeah.
Yeah, I can't just let that thing hit me with a gust.
The chat is defending Stu. Sorry, Stu, but you know,
I believe Stu will evolve, and that will help. That's what I believe.
Right.
Yeah, just like a level 5 bug type Pokemon. There's basically it's really nothing.
Stu's gonna get some experience from this though. Hopefully.
Yes.
I'm liking the Chinmunk worse. I would take Stu over the Chinmunk any day.
Chinmunk looks like it sounds like this.
Sure, I believe that. Oh, it's throatier, yeah. Wait, then the one that was saying chin before, what do you think it sounds like? Like,
that's the same guy. I think it's a lie. I think it doesn't sound like that.
But how?
Oh, it's just saying. It goes like chin.
Chin. Chinmunk.
It's funny that it's called Chinmunk. This thing doesn't have chin. It's all neck.
I know.
It's all neck.
All neck. No lips, no chin. Struggle bug.
Struggle
okay.
bug. That's something.
Stu.
That's something.
All right, Stu. Okay, Stu.
Neck monk. Yeah, neck monk is better. Neck monk is better.
Neck monk isn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh, is this a new town?
This is a new town. This is the town where that gym will. Well, actually, no. Maybe this might be an intermediate town. But yeah, this is a new town. This is our first. Poke Center.
Okay, because you walked to that Pokemon Center like you had been here before, and I was afraid that I missed something.
Just very confident.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Speaking of New York, did you ever go to that Joe Pera show? Because you were sick like the next day.
I didn't, but there's that other one that I sent you.
Oh, you did? I didn't see it.
We'll talk about it after, but yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if you had still just gone.
No.
Okay. And that's why you were sick, because you went to the show. I'm going to get fucked up with the Joe Pera show.
Yeah, I got really wild. It was crazy.
All right, we're definitely catching this thing.
Okay, the O10.
Yeah.
O10. Yeah, we need an O10. We need something.
All right, I think this is good. I think we can catch this thing.
Let's go. I believe in it.
Fuck. It was so close, too.
Oh, and Stu's attack. Well, having a very low attack means that we can, just sort of tap this.
Yeah. Well, actually, the good thing about it is he's lowering our attack, but we're attacking with special attack. We're not even attacking with attack. So his charms aren't even working on us.
Oh.
This is a mechanic that's not in Pokemon Go, but in regular Pokemon games since Gen 3, I want to say, attack is separated into attack and special attack, which is basically like physical attacks and magic is how you can separate that out.
Yeah.
Thunder Punch is a physical attack, but Thunder is a special attack.
I understand. We did it. Oten are mainly seen at night when they are looking for berries and other individuals of its species. Oh, other Oten. They are also known for their lovely singing voice.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Normal flying is cute too, yeah. Tenor. Wow, you had that off the rip.
I did. When I saw the singing, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Dino Fossil clarifies attack and special attack was Gen 2. Moves themselves being either physical or special came in Gen 4. Before that, it was based on move type. Okay.
Sure.
Pokemon's weird. The Pokemon system is very weird. What else is going on in this town? We got this little place to be. I think we went in there. We have the mart. We have the Poke Center. This is a gymless. This is a gymless town? Or is the gym...
We're just passing through, I think.
Maybe. Someone here did reference the gym leader.
This is great music.
Yeah, music's not bad. Who's this? She's talking about kids already. Why couldn't we raise some Pokemon instead? Wow. We just moved into this town. It's so small, but homie, I think it'll be a good place to raise a family someday. Get over yourself, guy. She said someday.
Yeah.
I just want to have a Machop. I just want a big, muscly Pokemon to be my son instead of a real son.
You know, why not?
We talked to this guy. This guy's got a little, not Phantom. Shit, I can't remember what it's called. Duskull?
Duskull?
Yeah, it's like a little ghosty guy.
Oh, just a Mankey. I know who Mankey is.
Oh, yeah, Mankey also, but the guy that was standing next to him was a Duskull.
Right. Oh, yeah. I just mean that, like, oh, it's just a normal. This isn't all. This is a mix of fan and.
Yes, right.
Okay.
This is our first reg Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that we can kill this Mankey with just Stew, which is a good sign.
Oh, okay,
It's not very effective against it. I think Tackle will be worse than using the not very effective Struggle Bug, but we'll see. Oh, no, it's slightly better. It's slightly better. Uh-oh. That was close. Damn. We will not switch Pokemon. Ooh, it wasn't a Duskull. It was this thing that looks like a Duskull.
Whoa.
But from afar, but then up close, you're like, oh my god, this thing is bizarre.
It's like a Mega Man enemy.
It does look like a weird little Mega Man bomb, yeah.
We gotta get us one of these. Ooh, that is a distinct song. Wee wee.
There's no way that Peck is anything on this guy. Yeah.
No. You should have hurt Tenor with that. Tenor hurt their beak.
Yeah. Poor Beak. Does Tenor have a beak? I think it's just a mouth.
Oh, that's right. It's like a little cat thing. Ooh, that was fun.
Did it go when it died?
Yeah.
That was weird.
I think so, yeah. But it sounded like a voice, right? Like I almost thought that you did that, but
I definitely thought that you did that until I was like, wait, that must have been a Pokemon.
We gotta get one of those.
You gotta get one of those things. What's going on here? In the event of a roadblock, Nautok City may be reached through the passage cave.
Oh.
Oh no! And that's exactly what's happening.
Whoa.
Who would've
We gotta go
thought?
through the cave.
We should get our Pokemon right real quick.
Okay, sure. And maybe buy some Pokeballs, you think, or no?
Yeah, let's buy some Pokeballs.
I know we wasted a few on our first O10.
I think that we've got a couple, but we might as well have extras, especially because we did some trainer battles. This thing knows nothing. This cat is useless to me right now. Peck has got to be one of the worst moves in the game.
You think so?
Yeah, it is like a very, very low powered move. It's like the thing that it's a thing that a weak bird Pokemon might know instead of knowing Gust. So it's like it is like a baby move. It is nothing. Xeno Milf says should have called it a Meowl. Yeah, they should have called it a Meow. That is better.
A Meowl.
Meowl is definitely better.
Wait, what's the pun the other way?
It's
the
Owl
O10?
Kitten.
Owl Kitten. Okay, yeah, that's why it's okay. Yeah, I didn't even know. Yeah.
Maybe they thought that's too close to Meowth.
Oh, maybe. But then why even do it? Why even go there?
Yeah, then why even go there?
Dunsparce! Keith. I'm not kidding.
Dunsparce fan alley?
Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah.
A friend of mine had a Dunsparce that they named Dad. And or was Dunsparce Dad or regardless, I'm a big Dunsparce fan. I just am.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with Dunsparce.
You saw the Dunsparce from the newest Pokemon game, right?
I think so. Is it like a different? I actually didn't.
You should look it up. You should look up the Dunsparce evolution. It's really great.
Okay. Dunsparce Pokemon.
People have been sort of wanting a Dunsparce evolution for years.
Really?
Yeah. It's a
Okay,
sort
sure.
of dark horse, like goofy favorite.
Okay. I'm going to Cerebi.
Oh, I have to catch it. No?
Oh, Cerebi does not have an evolution chain for Dunsparce.
I'll get it. I'll send you a picture.
Okay. Is this the Kalos region?
So I think it probably technically doesn't appear because of the weird Scarlet Violet rules.
Okay.
Where it might count as something else.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Yep, here it is. Here, this is a little toony version of it. Putting it in the main thing here. There we go. In a chat.
Why not?
Yeah, they just added a bit to it. How funny is that?
Wow. They were like, you know what? We can't change this design. We did it perfectly. So this is what you get.
I think I added it, but it only worked for a second. I don't know why. Yeah, I tried to add it to the. So there we go. There it is. Oh yeah, it did it again. It disappeared. Well, it's elusive. So there you go. Yeah, it's one of those things where like an evolution really could have ruined what makes Dunsparce special. Here, I'll give you. This is how it looks in game. It's even goofier. There you go.
Wow.
It's the thing that it really could have ruined the Dunsparce charm, and they very deftly avoided doing that.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Dunsparce was caught.
I can understand people making a "this is why Pokemon isn't good anymore" argument.
Goof Troop says there's also a very rare chance of getting on with an extra segment. So yeah, so a triple Dunsparce. Yeah. Its drill-tipped tail is used to burrow into the ground backwards. This Pokemon is known to make its nest in complex shapes deep under the ground. Really one of the worst Pokemon.
One of the worst Pokemon?
I mean, it's not a good to have in your party. It's not a good. It's not a good teammate.
Yeah, that's some of the difficulty, huh?
Yeah.
This is why I feel like I never really got through a Pokemon game. Is that I would always, who is this?
Now this is a Neopet.
Oh, yeah, by far. I feel like we've mostly been getting Neopets.
This has been that is the thing about Pokemon fan games, is that like designing Pokemon is hard. You get a lot of Neopet Fakeamon.
Okay.
Yuri says this is a Digimon. This also does look a lot like that one Digimon. So I did almost say that, but its face and its sort of, you know,
the roundness.
And the lack of detail.
Yeah. Yeah, people think that designing Pokemon is so easy and they could do it better. But...
Ooh, I'm poisoned. I forgot about our permadeath thing. Hey, no one's died yet, right? Has anyone died? I don't think so.
No. We would have known.
As a tribute, I named it Patamon.
Wait, who's poisoned?
Stu. There we go.
What were the original poison moves though?
Oh, so they will die if not treated. Look at this thing, Grozerd.
Grozerd.
Yeah, I think this is the gatekeeper from Ghostbusters. This thing's looking for Rick Moranis.
Yeah. Interesting face on this one. This is the kind of Pokemon you see and you really want to see its evolutionary change.
This is if I'm being honest, I think this is the first thing I'm actually excited by.
Wow.
To see the evolution. Oh no, I killed it. I'm too strong. It's okay. It's okay. It'll come back. It'll come back. We're leaving to heal anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about our permadeath thing, and then all of a sudden we were bumping up against losing some Pokemon. I was like, oh no!
Wait, so, but what was the thing? So usually you walk around, and if you're poisoned, Pokemon take damage from that.
Yeah, like
right?
one point of damage a step until they hit 1. And then
and then it would
cured.
keep them at 1.
Right. Versus original, they die. Or they faint. Antidote. Let's take 10 of these. Might as well. That's what permadeath means in these games. Let's do 1 more of these, and then 4.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, newer games remove the persistent poison entirely. I kind of forgot.
Huh. The guy's really just chilling there still.
Yeah. They really just sit there until, I mean, forever. Sort of like they're not real. Well, he's back.
A new Grozard.
What are the types here? Poison, normal flying. I mean, it's really, I just gotta use... Stu can't be switched out? Why? Oh, sorry, duh. I thought I was on Thunder. Wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what?
Well, I guess because you didn't attack? Yeah.
No, I don't. That's not usually a thing. Arena traps? Are wild Pokemon using arena traps? Oh, it's got an ability. Okay.
Well, you got him. Its snake-like body is almost always partially underground. The tunnels they can dig serve as pitfalls for an unwary traveler.
Damn.
I guess that's why you can't escape. Grozards. I guess it's...
Allie, if you ever want to hash out a nickname in more detail, let me know. Oh, it's the guy.
Okay. Oh, only level 4 though. What's your call here?
I think that's enough.
Okay. Ooh, he has a tail.
He does have a little tail.
I missed that the first time. Yeah, I can't get enough of this guy. Yes.
Easy. Steel and rock. Oh, I forgot to... Here, we'll check the Pokedex after this.
Okay.
You got anything for this?
I don't.
Looks kind of like a Kirby. It's kind of like a Kirby lizard. It's got Tommy Pickles hairdo.
Does have Tommy Pickles hairdo.
It looks like Mega Man.
A little angry Mega Man, yeah. Let's go. Let's go Mega Tom.
Mega Tom.
Yeah. Oh.
What's up?
We got to start killing off these Pokemon.
Oh yeah, because we've got a full box. Yeah, I was gonna switch out Megatom for Dunsparce.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Is there anyone besides Megaton that we didn't read the thing of? Incredibly dense metals make up Barul's body. They are much heavier than they look. They live in dark caves and feed on rocks and metal ore.
Ooh.
We read a Grozard.
I think we read all of them.
Newbie trainers traveling through caves are advised to bring along antidotes against a Toneme's poison, which causes great pain if it isn't treated. Poison ball Pokemon. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Oh, did we not give Toneme a...
Oh, did we not?
No, you did. You named it after the Digimon that it looks like.
Oh, right. Patamon, yeah.
It just isn't... That doesn't appear in your Pokemon.
Let's switch our Pokemon around now. We've got to get some levels on Tenor.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's, I don't know, what do people think? Gi for Megatom, or should we keep Gi?
You're very quick to try to get rid of Gi.
Well, you know, Megatom's an unknown, and Gi we know is not a very strong Pokemon.
We don't know that for sure.
That's technically true. I don't know that they didn't change Dunsparce's stats.
They could have. Dunsparce can get stronger over time.
Oh, damn, it's already almost 8, Allie.
It is almost 8.
Let's get out of this cave and then see what's up, and if we're gonna call it there, we're gonna call it there.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Let's bring out our Patamon.
All right. Ooh, okay.
Oh, no. This should be no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, unless he gets critical hits like that all the time.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Whew.
You were playing fast and loose.
I was playing fast and loose with this weird little balloon, poison balloon.
Like, what is going on?
Did I worry you?
Keith. You gotta be careful.
Shit.
Oh, come on. We gotta run from this, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And we've
Tommy's around every corner. Like, come on. Oh, wait. Whoa.
What's up?
When did Tenor get...
Oh, in the last battle.
Okay.
Oh, hey, little ball here.
Yeah, free potion. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's why I switched to the... What's that?
Was that there the whole time?
This Pokemart?
No, the Pokeball.
Yeah. We just missed it.
Huh.
Look at that cool guy with the cape up there, huh?
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, is there anything you'd like to plug, Allie? Any particulars?
Keep listening to Friends of the Tape.
We are getting out of here. Is that true?
I would like to.
Okay. I was making assumptions based on what you had said, but that was, right. 6 hours ago that you said that, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to stick around, get to the next gym, or what.
Oh, I probably won't get to the gym, but I probably will make it through this cave. You're free to leave at any time.
Okay.
I thought that the exit of the cave was right up here,
but now you're having trainer battles and etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am gonna go. keep listening to Friends of the Table. A new episode tomorrow, Thursday, tomorrow. I thought Friday was maybe the first, and I was gonna plug the Clapcast, but that's not gonna be until next week.
Okay.
First Friday of every month.
Yeah.
And
Clapcast
have a
still
good time. Clapcast is still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's what anything to look forward to that I would remember from the newest Clapcast? The upcoming Clapcast?
You know, I have to. So the way that I've been doing Clapcast is that I have a big batch of like everything, and then I chart out a couple months in advance. So I'm not sure exactly which one is going to be next.
Okay.
But there's some bangers in there.
Okay. I mean, I know that I'm always fun and interesting.
Right.
When we talk before
obviously.
the games.
Oh my god, always. Yeah.
So I can vouch for me.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Have a good evening.
Bye, Allie.
Bye.
All right. Let's get out of this cave, and then we're going to call it. For my part, you can, of course, go to youtube.com/runbutton and watch the other Pokemon stuff that I've done. Al, are you still here? I think Allie forgot to leave the call. It's okay. I can mute her on Discord just in case. But yeah, I can hear her banging stuff around. You can go to my YouTube page, youtube.com/runbutton, where I have several other Pokemon things. I think some of it got lost to Twitch, over the years, but a lot of it's still there. And honestly, the Pokemon Heart Gold, a modified randomized Nuzlocke, is really good. So I recommend people watch that. A lot of fun. One of the only solo Let's Plays that we've done. I had a few guests here and there, but let's see. Anything else? If you have TikTok but don't use it, go follow Friends of the Table on there. It just helps. Like some videos, just helps. I think I can delete. I'm gonna delete tackle. Humming Bell says, any upcoming games for you and Kylie? We just recorded a podcast a couple days ago, so that should be out soon if it's not already out. I should text them and oh, did I mute the wrong thing? There we go. I should text them and ask when that podcast is coming out. That was like 2 or 3 days ago we recorded that. We do have plans for some Let's Play stuff. They have some vacation time coming up, and we are going to use that time to record some Run Button. Finally, it's been forever. They've been very busy at their stupid job that keeps them busy and keeps them from doing Run Button on my schedule. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, we have something that I think that Run Button fans will extremely like coming up, if we can get to it soon. I definitely want to get back to doing, weekly, if not more, Run Button releases. Elenox says, I'm a Run Button fan. Every Friends of the Table fan, frankly, should be a Run Button fan. It is a natural pairing. let's get some levels for Gozer. While I send a text message, actually. Oh, I'm trying to click on these things with a mouse. It's not going to work. I want to heal up Gozer so that we don't lose him. Anyway, I think the beginning of this game, you know, it's a little slow for being a Pokemon fan game. Like, I feel like one of the benefits of being a Pokemon fan game is that you can kind of speed up the slow start of a Pokemon game. And it seems like a lot of them actually choose not to do this for some reason. I think that the quality of the Fakemon is questionable, but that it's pretty good. And it's always fun. Fake Pokemon are always fun, even when they're not the best in the world. It sucks having, like, a full party of weak Pokemon that I can't really do anything with. Thunder's the only... I don't want to keep over-leveling Thunder, but it's the only Pokemon I've got that, like, can consistently just beat everything in the cave. That is the... Ooh, I gotta... This is bad. This is bad. I guess losing a level 5 Gozer is not the worst thing in the world, seeing as how I could catch a level 5. There we go. Alright, there's more battles. Let's see. Oh, there's the end of the cave. Thank God. I'll remember to come back in here and battle that guy. I'll play a little bit more of this game. If it seems like it gets interesting, then I'll stream it again. If it doesn't, then I won't. I would have liked to see some of the nuclear stuff, because it is like really what they sell the game on. I mean, they don't sell this game, but that is what the game thinks is interesting about it, is like is the nuclear types and the, like, oh my God, no, this is not the end of the cave. Ooh, Blue Mary Love says this game does have my favorite Pokemon design of all, a dark fighting sheep that gets pumped when it beats up enemies. That's pretty cool. No, can't escape. No! Wow, that's our first death. All right, we're ending it on a funeral. Five Pokemon in a funeral. We will probably find another Gozer somewhere, or not. You know, maybe we'll find something even cooler to take its spot. But that's it for me. We plugged everything already. So I don't think there's anything else that we need to hit. Oh, except that tomorrow we're recording the second episode of the Hunter x Hunter sort of watch along podcast. The first episode's not out. You didn't miss anything. We're still doing pre-production stuff like art and music. But we will have episodes all ready to go when that stuff is ready to go. So keep a close eye out for that. I would love to talk about it, but I can't talk about it. I would love to say what we were talking about in that first episode. Can't say it. You'll just have to wait and find out. All I will say is that I am jazzed to have 3 episodes of Hunter x Hunter to watch tonight, because I haven't watched any of it yet for tomorrow. Yeah, great. Friends of the table. If you're only a Twitch person, consider subscribing on YouTube or consider signing up for the Patreon. Also, that's so weird. Tell me about it. I want to hear if you're someone that only watches Front Button this is Friends of the Table. Friends of the Table streams on Twitch and you don't do any of our other stuff. That's very interesting to me as an idea. So I am curious about that. Sendranath says, I've never watched Hunter x Hunter. What episodes did you watch first? We watched the first 3 episodes of the 2011 anime. And it's not always going to be 3 episodes per episode, but it is for the first little while. So, but we will be saying at the end of episodes, like which episodes by name you've got to listen to for the next one. Yes. Okie Moose says, I don't think any of Hunter x Hunter is really skippable. They had no reason to make filler. Yes, no skips. That is a no skip series. 148 or 146, I guess, episodes of no skips. There's 2 recap episodes that I don't think count, but you can skip those. I very much recommend watching along. I think whether you've watched a lot of shonen or not, Hunter x Hunter is a really, really fantastic time. But I think it specifically has a lot to offer people who feel comfortable with shonen as a genre, and are like able to see what a show that is sometimes playing with those ideas can do. Jay Harkin says Hunter x Hunter stands out among the truly wild amount of shonen I've watched. Yeah, it totally does. And I think that is the author of the manga, Togashi, his specialty is shonen that really stands out, because I think, I'm not like an obscene amounts of shonen watcher or reader. But one of the other biggest standouts of the genre is Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, that is a tremendous show. Best first 3 episodes of maybe of a TV show, definitely of an animated show. Just a wild show. Yu Yu Hakusho is. Senrath says, what are other examples of shonen? Your most famous examples are Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Then you've got things like, just sticking with other popular things, you've got like Naruto and One Piece, and then more recently you've got things like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. And that is being very strict with the genre. It is a very wide genre. There's tons of sports stuff. There's tons of other kinds of things. But like sticking really, really like close to the core of the genre. Those are some examples. Linda Sweet says Full Metal Alchemist. That's also true. Mob Psycho 100 is in a sort of different vein. Also true. Love Mob Psycho. It's really good. Yeah, Yuri says technically shonen is anything marketed to boys. Yeah, that is like the sort of catch-all term for like that we're selling these comics to boys. Like that is like the premise of it, which I understand is reductive. Take it up with them, not with me. that was their idea, not mine. Pokemon is a shonen for sure. Pokemon is like, I think it's kind of a gentle entry in the genre, but it has all of the emotional hallmarks of a classic shonen. Like I think in some ways, Pokemon is kind of like extremely core to the genre, I think. Digimon also is a shonen. It's tough because it's such a broad category. It's such a broad category that it's like, so you could say so many things are shonen and it wouldn't be helpful, which is why I'm sticking so close to like archetypical like shonen shows. And then the stuff that strays from there that you might not consider, like, ends up taking bits and pieces. Usually the bits and pieces that it takes are like the emotional beats about like friendship and loyalty and believing in yourself and other people believing in you and like having a goal and having ambition and but also like being compassionate. Sandra says, what genre is Gundam? I wouldn't ever tell someone that Gundam can't be a shonen, but Gundam I think is like in the like mech sci-fi mech genre more than it's in shonen. And Gundam has a lot of diversity in its shows too, so it's like there's ones that I guess are more shonen than others. But yeah, mecha is a genre, but I wouldn't like if someone says mecha is a subgenre of shonen, I wouldn't say like that's crazy to say. I should save this. This is the sort of trouble that I was getting into earlier, talking about like how broad shonen is like it's even tough to call shonen a genre. It's more like an umbrella of genres, but also is its own genre. It's like it is a set that it's a subset that also is its own set. Or like it's a set that has itself as a subset. Anyway, that's it. I think people should be excited for that show. The show is free. There were some people who were like, is this going to be a Patreon show? Where is this going to be? People subscribing to the Patreon are what allows us to add this to our workload. This is still, I think, sort of like labor-wise an expensive thing that we're doing. But it is people subscribing to the Patreon that lets us do stuff like this. But we didn't want to have it locked away. This is sort of the style of Patreon that we tried to move away from a few months ago, or that we're, partially at least moving away from, is like making all this stuff that we think is great that no one can hear, or very few people can hear, because we've like decided that you have to buy it to hear it. I'm much more interested in people supporting us because they want to support us, and that support allowing us to let everybody hear this show that we think is going to be really good. So it's going to have its own feed. We will tell you the feed when it's time to go subscribe to it. If you can't afford the Patreon for whatever reason, it is not going to be locked behind a Patreon. If you can afford the Patreon for whatever reason, I recommend that you do that. It really, really helps. You know, the support that we saw leading up to the show is like wildly beyond our expectations. So it made us all very, very excited to do the show, that so many people felt excited to hear the show. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of that very long ad. Sorry for doing a very long ad, but it is now my life to talk about Hunter x Hunter. So, follow me on co-host at Keith J. Carberry. Follow me also on Twitter. I've been co-hosting a lot more recently, like from a couple times a week to like once a day or more, talking about music, talking about other stuff. I wanted to keep using it more and use other things less. I already mostly read Twitter anyway, but yeah, follow me on co-host and Twitter. Follow Run Button. It was my birthday a couple days ago, so birthday present to me. Please go watch some Run Button and tell a friend about Friends at the Table. Tell a friend about Run Button. That is like really what we want. Like, that is like the other most important thing besides making sure everybody has enough money, is like having people who've never heard of Friends at the Table or who have heard of it but haven't tried it, giving it a shot, whether that means listening to Partisan, whether that means listening to Song Fiel, whether that means watching one of the fun streams that we've done, like King of the Castle, or like this even, or like Wildermyth, whatever it means to share this with somebody, you should try and do that, because that's a massive help, because we don't do ads, we don't take ads. That's the only way anyone ever hears about the show, is people talking about it. All right, have a good rest of your night, everybody. Thank you for watching, and thanks for so many of you putting up with me just plugging stuff for the last 20 minutes. I appreciate it. Bye. Have a good night.